What's good, family? It's Brother Cool back again with the war horn. My goal is to review the preliminary debates, or discussions rather, that's leading up to the big evolutionary conference that Saneter is having on August 2nd. It's going to be out there in New York. Wish I could be there with you, brothers. I'm in here in Cali, but I will be there in spirit. Anyway, let's jump right in. This discussion is going to be a review of the Ngozi and Minister Enqi talk that went down, that was moderated by Brother Polight. For me, I would say the tone was set after the first question. After that, it seemed like the mood just kind of, it got rough. It got, real aggressive, and the brothers was really going in. The first question was, is horizontal gene transfer a part of evolution? And Enqi answered no. That Brother Ngozi just busted out laughing, and to me that set the tone right there, because Enqi didn't like that. It was like, oh shit, it's gonna go down now, So from there, the brothers just start taking shots. It was like they was going at having a mental fade in the street, a mental slap box. It seemed like Ngozi likes to put this label on Enqi's work as pseudoscience, and I wouldn't go there, because I have at least, have been watching Minister Enq videos, and come on now, the brother's on point. Enqi be going in. I wish that I've done as much research as that brother has done, and the work he's done for the community. I definitely wouldn't call him a pseudoscientist because he hasn't been to anyone's institution. As a matter of fact, a lot of them brothers are damn near autodidacts. They kind of like teaching themselves, and that's dope. Did Enqi say abiogenesis or biogenesis? They was debating, no, even Saneter, brother, you didn't say abiogenesis. I was listening to the video, and I personally heard Minister Enqi say abiogenesis, or he said it, or he pronounced it abiogenesis. So maybe it was his pronunciation and they got it wrong, but I understood the context that he meant it in, and I definitely heard the brother say abiogenesis, or as I pronounce, abiogenesis. I heard that clearly. Enqi coming back saying, oh, when Ngozi, you went to college and whoop. I don't knock that either, saying that you went to some white man's university, so your information can't be correct. To me, they was just throwing shots. The conversation went into the subject of nothing into something, abiogenesis, biogenesis, how does that happen? Where did it all come from? And Ngozi had mentioned something called rainbow gravitational theory, this theory that the universe was in a prior phase to this one. And that was, I guess, kind of an explanation, as to, what was before this, what begot this. And to me, all that's going to do is cause people to say, well, what's the origin of that prior phase? It was really getting bloody, man. It was a lot of, there's a lot of curse words thrown, man. And Ngozi was really getting down, though. The brother was really flexing, his mental, showing what he did know about the subject. And the brother's on point. For me, it was my first time hearing Ngozi. I had heard of him, and I heard the reputation, they was putting him on a pedestal, and the brother, he earned that, he definitely earned that. The cat showed that he knows what he's talking about, far as I could tell. I'm no scientist. I have no degrees or nothing like that. I'm just to make up a word, a selfologist. I study me and how it relates to the universe. I like these kind of talks because it's interesting to me, it's fun to me, it's stimulating to me. I choose that over any of this love and hip-hop or any of that crap any day. So near the end of the conversation, like I was saying, they were talking about, the origins of life. Is it biogenesis, abiogenesis? I couldn't really see who was a proponent of what. It got kind of confusing. Enqi was talking about, show a process where you can get, something from nothing. He was hitting Ngozi with that. And I don't know if these brothers have brought it up before. Again, I'm not a scientist. They the ones that put me, in research and got me researching. But I don't know if they referenced the Miller-Urey experiment where they claim this was done. And also, an article that I ran across in 2011, and I'll leave the link so y'all can check this out. It was done at the Center for Chemical Evolution, based at Emory and at Georgia Tech. And to sum it up, to read this last part to show what they did, how they say they achieved this process, of abiogenesis. It says, many groups studying the origins of life have focused on RNA, which is believed to have predated living cells. But RNA is much more complicated than but RNA is a much more complicated molecule than a peptide. Our studies have shown that if you just add water, simple peptides access both the physical properties and the long-range molecular order that is critical to the origins of chemical evolution. Now, y'all can check that out for yourself. Like I say, I'll leave a link. Just the way these brothers memorize, gene markers and haplogroups and DNA and RNA and its function and lipids and polymorphism and whatever, all of this stuff, wow, both of them are on point. But I would have to say in the beginning, Ngozi was kind of dominating the situation. The brother was just riled up and he was, spitting information. He was on point with it. And Enqi kind of seemed like he really couldn't get a word in, Plus, I'd have to say that Ngozi's mic kind of was louder, like actually sounded better. Enqi's audio was kind of muffled. That can make a difference because it made Ngozi seem a bit more clear and concise, So to me, that kind of made it different. It just seemed like that first part of the interview, Ngozi was just kind of dominating, He was throwing his shots and they were both throwing shots. And Enqi said he was buck dancing, which every time I hear the word buck dance, I just fall out. And you go, oh, you buck dancing, and Ngozi come back, you a pseudoscientist, and these brothers got to going back and forth, and Ngozi was clowning Enqi's gold teeth, and Ngozi, Ngozi was clowning Enqi's gold teeth, and Enqi came back, saying, something about, I saw a video or something like that of you smoking blunts, and, nigga, I don't smoke blunts. That's what Ngozi said, I ain't talking about me. But, nigga, I don't smoke blunts, I run miles. It was, they was just, it was just going all over the place. It got bloody. I had the pleasure of actually having a little online chat with Brother Reggie, and that's all he could say about it, like, for me to go watch it myself. He was like, you got to check this one out, man. I say around an hour and 20 minutes, like over halfway through. Then Enqi, seemed to have Ngozi on the run. He seemed to, when he just got to asking those questions of, show me. How do you get, what I'm saying, nothing from, into something. And he kind of had Ngozi on the ropes, what I'm saying, kind of moving back, kind of shutting him down. It was a whole bunch of bravado at first and aggression. And then at that point, it seemed like it kind of, Enqi was stepping it up. And then Ngozi kind of, it kind of slowed down. That's my opinion. I ain't clowning nobody. That's how I saw it going. The energy just kind of shifted. Another part which was interesting, somewhere near like the middle of the video, Polight just busted out on this rant about the Charleston shooting, It was an interesting segue. It just came out of nowhere, but you know how Polight get down. The brother was saying some real, stuff real from the heart. You could tell. And, he just blasted through for a second, and then we go back into, the discussion. It was kind of, interesting. This was a good one, but I have to say this wasn't really a discussion or a debate. This was an all-out argument. If I had to pick a winner, if I had to say who won, like I say, I have to say Ngozi because it's kind of technical, but like I say, the audio was clearer. He seemed to have gotten out a lot more information. Me personally, I learned a ton about haplogroups and markers and all of that just from that one video. And, Enqi came back, like I say, near the end, but still overall, I just have to say that Ngozi's information stood out. And it could have been technical. It could have just been an audio thing. These things stand out to me because I'm an audio engineer. I make music, I'm a producer, and that's what I do. So I do film scoring, and I understand, in this arena, how audio can make a difference. So that's my take on that, y'all. Again, this is Brother Cool. I'm going to give a shout out to Saneter for putting up this information and staying on the front line. I appreciate you, brother. I'm sure the community appreciates you. Can't wait for the Evolution Conference. And y'all stay tuned because it's going to be more of this war horn. There's going to be more going on. I got more reviews. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all found them interesting. And peace. Until next time, family. Hotep. Shalom. Islam. Praise the Lord. Unity. You know, all the greetings. Peace.
Brought to you by Gerbert's new Big Mac and Fries dinner. Gaga goo goo ga. We got your babies now. And Stay Soft Row for the brother that's still rocking the curb.